Hello, everybody. It's Zack4 for the weekly update. A few things. First of all, last week, as I said last week, took a little break. It was very nice. It was a very much needed time away from social media and everything, and it was actually my most productive week, I want to say, in like 5 months. Between Monday and Thursday, I got 4 Patreon drawings done, which usually I can only do like 1 or 2 if I'm lucky a week, so yay. So I knocked off 2/3 of what I had to do, so that was nice. This week, transitioning a little back, I'm back on Twitter and Discord at the very least. I'm going to be uploading the what's it called, the Jackbox stream from a couple weeks ago every day, 2 or 3 a day, staggered times depending on how many I actually have. And I'm going to be putting up Trails in the Sky on Much Games as normal. But yeah, no Let's Play videos this week. It's just going to be stream VODs. While I don't want to just jump right back into things because that's not good. Kind of ease. It's the same way when you're stopped, and if you just press the gas in the car, it can buck because it doesn't change gears, and you have to like get your foot off the gas first and let the car coast and build a little speed, and then get onto the gas, and anyway, driving metaphors. So yeah, but it was a nice week. It was a very nice week. There's unfortunately a lot of toxicity on the internet that you cannot avoid, because social media's purpose is to inundate you with everything all at once, and if you miss things, then you start feeling like you're being left behind and stuff like that, and you just kind of sometimes have to, when I leave for the Shabbos, for the Sabbath, Friday night to Saturday night, I have like a little mini version of that, but I know that as soon as Saturday night hits, it's just all gonna come back. So it's nice to have a hard stop once a week, but sometimes you need a little longer than that, and you need to do it on your terms, as opposed to saying, oh, I can't check social media because it's a religious observance thing, oh well, and then you're just like, it's not my choice, but yeah, doing it with your choice is nice. But yeah, so it was nice to just stop for a little bit and refresh. I'm still not like 100% going back into everything because I don't know, just being on social media gives you a lot of anxiety. Like I said, it's just a lot of everything, and with especially like things like Twitter and stuff, Discord's a little more chill because you can go back easier. Everything is sorted a little better for long-term communication. So like when you say something, people can still see it for a while, but like unless you're on a really, really busy server. But Twitter is a lot of shouting in the void and hoping that people see you, especially with the idea of retweets and stuff. It's boosting content, whether it's yours or someone else's, so that people can see it again, or more people can see it because they missed it the first time. So the just the concept of it is very very toxic. So yeah. Anyway, other things, at the end of last week, we finished up the Sephiroth Mario Warfare. It was a success. I'm really, really happy. We got to John's goal. It was a great time, even though he won the overall thing. But I'm glad everyone was able to get together, and if you were one of the people that donated over the course of his entire campaign, whether it's this marathon or before, I thank you profusely. You helped a lot, so thank you. And so now he has the funds to leave his house once everything else is all taken care of at the end of May. So it's a nice thing for him to look forward to. I played some Paper Mario on my channel. We had Midnight and Miffin as co-coms, so that was Sunday. So that VOD will go up eventually. I'm going to put the Jackbox stuff up first. Did a first impressions on Danganronpa Decadence. I've been playing a lot of that, the Ultimate Summer Camp specifically. So it is very grindy, and it does have the gacha elements from the V3 Ultimate Training Camp program thing. But I feel like it does it a lot better. Like, in the beginning, it really did feel like, oh god, this is going to be a grind. And as you get some rare stuff, it really just lets you pave the way. You do have to do a lot of repetitive grinding to get materials to like craft weapons for your characters in the battle mode. But the more the more characters you get and the more you do on the training thing, like every 10 characters that you go through a route for, it unlocks bonuses that help you get better starting stats and experience gain and money gain and stuff. And then every bunch of levels you do in the battle mode makes it easier for you to skip to the better areas in the island mode. So it's cyclical, and like the better you do in one, it lets you do better in the other, and then it lets you go around. And the only thing you really need to grind for is like I said, items to craft, like drops from enemies in the battle mode to craft items. But as long as you have like a few good characters that you had like a good run with, especially later once you are able to just get level 99 characters super easy. Like I've been playing for, I don't know, 10 or 15 hours, and I can already make level 99 characters really fast, like without trouble. So that like let me just steamroll through a good chunk of the battle mode, and while I'm doing other things, while I'm watching YouTube videos or watching a movie or something, I'm just I'm going to certain battles that either let you farm the coins for the gacha machines or specific battles for like rare monsters or specific drop battles, and just keep an eye on my Switch or something and just press A couple times, and it has an auto battle function. To go through the actual battle, you just have to end the battle and start it again, pressing A a couple times, every 20 or 30 seconds. So it is grindy, but it is not. It's something that you can do in the background. Like last night we were watching, or the other day we were watching Black Widow on TV on Disney Plus, and I was just doing the Danganronpa thing on the side, just pressing it while we're watching the movie, and I farmed like 400 of the mono coins for the gacha machine. So it was it was easy. It was easy to do. But I've been having a lot of fun with it. The interactions with all the characters and stuff is fantastic. They improved, like I said, the system a lot. They added ways for your characters to like break the caps for their abilities and like get buffs and stuff, which is part of the gacha mechanic also. But it adds a nice element to the whole thing. There is a pay mode, but I have never felt like I need to buy anything. Like, as long as you put in a little time at the beginning to get things rolling, you really don't need to pay for anything. You just need to get lucky a couple of times, but honestly, like, it was fine. You just had to give it a little bit of time. But yeah, the actual like character interactions and stuff have been great. There's a lot of great lines and stuff. I just like Danganronpa, so it's fun to do everything. But anyway, that's my impressions on the Danganronpa Decadence. I also finished this week Tales of Arise. Well, I didn't finish it. I beat the story mode. I got to the credits. And that game is amazing. It's probably my game of the year. I really thought Metroid Dread was going to be my game of the year, but Tales of Arise is something else. I'm going to be doing the post-game and stuff this week, so I'm really excited. We got like Twitch and Twitter, Twitch and YouTube recap things. It's like as a streamer, my viewers watched 1,280 hours of my content. I was live for 153 hours, which isn't that much this year because there's a lot of stuff that went on that we didn't stream for. I had 2 surgeries and we moved. But I appreciate every single person that has come to a stream, and whether you chatted or lurked or whatever, I love you. Thank you. You made my year. The most we played this year, surprisingly, was Animal Crossing, followed by Ocarina of Time, art streams, and then Ekenfell. No surprise, actually. On YouTube, there was 587.8 thousand watch time minutes and 129.5 thousand total views, which is also a lot. Thank you. On YouTube, I think my most watched series, as opposed to videos, I had a few videos that always just get the most views. Katamari intros, the Final Fantasy VII Limit Break videos, a few Scribblenauts things. But the most watched series, I think, was Crisis Core, which nobody watched when it first came out, but year after year now, I get people coming back to it, like finding it and being like, wow, I watched through the whole thing. I'm like, cool. Because I put a lot into that, and I'm just so happy. I'm so happy that that is my series right now that's standing the test of time. It's Crisis Core. I'm very pleased. But yeah, so then I did a bunch of art. I only posted one of them. Also, my most watched streams as a viewer were Proton John, GDQ, Stephen George, Junibug, and Misei, which, again, not surprised in the slightest. John and Stephen George with Breakfast Stream are 100% like my most watched things. And Misei, I didn't watch as much, but just because of like timing and stuff, but also good. And Junibug, I watched a lot of. She did Danganronpa V3 and a bunch of other fun stuff. Metroid Dread. So yeah, I can see why she's up there. My most watched categories were Just Chatting, which is Breakfast Stream, Danganronpa V3, and Twilight Princess, which I think Junie also was the one doing Twilight Princess. But anyway, the art that I posted already that I did is from Tales of Arise, actually. Rinwell. Let's see if I can get a good... Okay, yeah. It's a lot lighter than it should be. But this is like Rinwell at like a campfire type scene. This isn't really going to help. Looks much better on Twitter. Surprisingly, it looks much better on Twitter. But yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing that. I put a lot into that. The other pictures, which will go up on Twitter and I'll show you all next week, I did Dohalim also from Tales of Arise, which I absolutely love how that one came out. I did another scene from Tales of Arise because Mika let me choose something to do, so I did another scene from Tales of Arise, which we'll just I call it The Promise. And if you have played far into the game, you probably know what it is. Let's make this brighter, a little brighter. There we go. If you've played really far into the game, you probably know about the Promise. Otherwise, I will not talk about it because it is spoilers. The picture itself is a little spoilery, but only if you give it context. It's like one of those things. Otherwise, you're just like, that's a nice scene. And the last one was from Mooch of Phaelina, who's another Egg Pack member person. So I drew their character in a Christmassy thing, and I think it came out really nicely. But yeah, also I got the Wonderful 101 shirt. I got this from the Wonderful 101 Kickstarter, which was a while ago, but they couldn't do the reward fulfillment of this, a really cool keychain, and a soundtrack, which is soundtrack disc thingy, abridged soundtrack. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Yeah, so it finally got shipped, which the Kickstarter was years ago, so I forgot to change my address because I completely forgot that there was rewards that we hadn't gotten because I got the game already. So it got shipped to my old address, but thankfully it got shipped through the USPS, the United States Postal Service, which has a change of address form for me. So it took a very long time to ship. I got the notification on November 23rd that it shipped out, and then it did not move for 2 weeks. There was just no updates after that. And it's like, oh, we left the facility. And then it took a few weeks to get to New Jersey. And then it was like, oh, we're having it out for delivery. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then later in the day, it's like, oh, we're rerouting it. And I'm like, there we go. So thankfully, it got rerouted here. And I finally got it this past week. So it took 3 weeks. 3 weeks to get here. But it made it. Let's see. And the other thing this week is the Smiletime charity, which is having its last day today, I believe. Already, they're going on this weekend. They already passed their main donation goal, which is cool, and they're going towards 20K. They're raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and there's a lot of cool people involved, friends of mine. So I'll put the link in the description there. They're streaming a bunch today. It's a good time. Good time with good people. And yeah. As for anything else, that's about it. So yeah, this past week was refreshing. Thank you for donating to John's GoFundMe and the Sephareth stuff. Also, this past week, we put up the first episode of the Sephareth podcast, which is something we recorded a while ago, but just didn't have time to get together. So, if you want to check that out on the Sephareth, I retweeted the link for it. And yeah, as for other things, thank you all for for supporting me as well. This week is I don't celebrate it, but it's Christmas this coming up Saturday. I realized since New Year's is always the week after Christmas, New Year's Eve is going to be Friday night, which means I'm not going to be able to watch the ball drop or do any of the counting with everyone, and that's kind of sad. Oh well. I'll pretend. I'll watch my clock, and if you hear shouting from somewhere in New Jersey, that's probably me. Yeah, so to everyone who's celebrating, I hope you have a good holiday and this week. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Again, I appreciate you all immensely. Whether you watch my videos here or on Twitch or you're in the Discord, or on Twitter, I appreciate you very much. And we're coming up on the end of the year, and you made it. But thank you very much for being you and being awesome. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.